So, I have not been on in a really long time. Missed you guys. No, wow, there's a lot going on in the world of politics. So let's start off with some good news. Andrew Yang, he actually in the third quarter fundraising, he raised over $10 million, I believe, right under Kamala, who raised about 11.6. And then before her is Joe Biden, and then it's Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders raising the most and having the most new donations from new people and whatnot. So, with that being said, Andrew Yang is not getting the recognition he deserves. He's not getting the publicity he deserves. He's not necessarily my first choice, or my second, or my third. Well, I don't really have a third choice. It's one or two people for me personally. But to each his own. Okay. So there's that's going on, the Andrew Yang situation, and there's the Tulsi Gabbard situation. How now she's saying that she doesn't know if she's going to be up on the debate stage next week, because of some Democrats and blah blah blah, whatever. It's more deeper than that, obviously. My thing is, if you have trouble with the DNC and how they're running things, the best thing for you to do is go on the debate stage, point out their flaws. But keep in mind that the point of the debate is to talk about policy. It's not just necessarily to talk about the DNC. We understand the DNC is corrupt. Look what happened in 2016 to Bernie Sanders. Look at what happened to Hillary Clinton. Look at what happened with Donna Brazile. Like we know the DNC has issues. Like look at Nancy Pelosi. Like let's be honest. Look at Chuck Schumer. Like the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Like seriously. But yeah, let's like my advice to Tulsi would be to go on that debate stage and state the facts. State them. Now going on to Elizabeth Warren, the golden child. Lord Jesus Christ, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I really think it's about time that Bernie Sanders starts distancing himself from Elizabeth Warren and starts actually not going after her, but going after her in a sense. Like you need to say why you're better than her. Like at the end of the day, you have people like me who knows about Elizabeth Warren, who knows that she took $10 million. And if you look at my last video, I state everything, how she's not ready to even debate Trump if Trump does not get impeached. She's not capable of going up against Trump. It's like she's not. Like they're treating her like a little child. Like they're not asking her the hard questions, which is another reason why I would like for Tulsi Gabbard to be on the debate stage. Because I feel like if anybody is going to go after Elizabeth Warren, and I don't mean go after her like physically or whatever, but I mean going after her in a sense where she's going to question her record, and I feel like that's what needs to be done. Bernie Sanders, he doesn't like debates. He's already said he doesn't like debating people. Like that's not his niche. But you need to go after Elizabeth Warren because she's your top competitor at this point. Joe Biden is actually not polling as good. He didn't. Deacon supposedly he's the second. He's basically the runner-up. Elizabeth Warren is now in first place in the national polls. Joe Biden is in second place, and Bernie Sanders is in third place. But that's it. Joe Biden is going down. Once he starts going down, that's it. Like he's not going to recover from that. Bernie Sanders is always going to. Bernie Sanders is a fighter. He's going to recover. He needs people like Nina Turner out there talking on, talking on his behalf. Not necessarily talking on his behalf, but explaining what his policies are to not say it like this, but I'm going to be honest. But to my community, to her community, like. The reason why I did make this channel too is so that I can talk about these things, so people like me and my community can kind of understand what's actually going on. A lot of people are into politics and they don't find it interesting, but they don't understand that it does affect them. The reason why people I know are making $15 an hour now in New York is because of Bernie Sanders. He fought for that. You know what I'm saying? So in a time where, and I say it like this, and she's not president, and I know people are going to be like, why are you bringing her up? But it's the truth. But at a time where Hillary Clinton was for $12 an hour minimum wage, Bernie Sanders was like, no, it needs to be $15 an hour. So that's why people in New York, at least where I live, they're getting $15 an hour now. So I feel like these are things that need to be discussed. Like, we need to talk about these things. Whether you live in New York City, in Chicago, or Miami, wherever you live, you know, people in my range, in my age range, they want to see Bernie Sanders win. It's out there. He's polling at like 46% with people from 18 to 34. He is. And these are things that we need to talk about. Like, people want Elizabeth Warren to be president because she's a woman, but they're not looking at her political record. First of all, she was a Republican until 1996. Let's be honest, she was conservative. That doesn't mean like she couldn't grow and couldn't like evolve, because the same thing happened with Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard was a Republican for years. She was a conservative. So I don't like that's something that's never discussed with Elizabeth Warren. With Tulsi Gabbard, that's discussed a lot. With her stance with the LGBTQI community. With Tulsi Gabbard, it's always discussed. Like, Tulsi Gabbard is always defending her record and always talking about her record. They don't do that with Elizabeth Warren. They don't say, hey, Elizabeth Warren, when you are running for Senate in 2018, you were taking large donations from big corporations. You were taking dark money. You were doing those things. You know, and you did use $10 million of that campaign to fund your presidency. Like, they're not talking about those things. They're making it easy for her. They're not saying things like, hey, you know, Elizabeth Warren, back in the day, when you lied and said that you were Indian to get into school, you took the opportunity away from an actual minority. How do you feel about that? Like, do you regret that decision? Like, they're not going after Elizabeth Warren the way they should be going after Elizabeth Warren. And it really frustrates me as a progressive, because now I'm seeing things where people are saying, oh, now there's an argument where you're not progressive enough and this, that, and the third. Yes, that's a big thing. We all, like, progressives, honestly, you can't say you're progressive if you're not really progressive. Like, you can't say you're progressive, for me, personally speaking, you can't say you're progressive if in 2016, when you had a progressive person running for president, it doesn't matter if she was going to win or not. That's not the point. When you had a progressive person running for president, whose ideas are being used now by the progressive of the left of the Democratic Party, Jill Stein's ideas are being used now. But back when she was running, you guys didn't want to vote for her. You guys kept saying, "Oh no, we can't vote for her. We have to vote for Hillary Clinton because Donald Trump. We don't want Donald Trump to win. Blah blah blah, whatever." Which is fine. You can believe that, but don't sit there and say you're a progressive when you voted for Hillary Clinton when there was a progressive who was running for president. There was, and it's not about winning the race; it's about running it. And I think that's what people forget. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, yes, Jill Stein lost. There was no way she was going to win. I knew she wasn't going to win. I'm not going to sit here and lie. And my vote, I'm going to put this out here. My vote was not a protest vote. My vote was a vote because I believed in her platform. She had the exact same platform as Bernie Sanders at the time. She even went further with eliminating student debt at the time, which Bernie Sanders was not even for at that time. Like, let's be honest. And you guys weren't for that either. It wasn't until Bernie Sanders talked about it, a person running on the Democratic ticket. Now you guys are saying, oh, now it can be done. But when you had Jill Stein on your shows, nope. That's impossible. We can't do that. No. That's even too left for me. That's what a lot of you guys said. Like, then you can't call yourself a progressive if you didn't believe in progressive ideology back when it wasn't popular. Because that's what you guys are not understanding. The Green New Deal was Jill Stein. That was Jill Stein, the Green New Deal. But now you guys support it because AOC and Bernie Sanders are talking about it. But when you had a progressive candidate, you guys weren't supporting it. That's my issue. Don't call yourself a progressive. Don't call yourself... Don't say you actually want change when, even again, I know we all knew she wasn't going to win. But don't sit there and say, I want change, we want drastic change, when you guys didn't support a progressive candidate. You know what I'm saying? You guys talk about the system being corrupt. You guys talk about the DNC being corrupt, and at the end of the day, it's true, it is. So why not promote a progressive candidate? Again, at the end of the day, you guys did have her on your show the most. I give you guys that. But you guys didn't vote for her. You guys didn't push her. You know what I'm saying? When Bernie Sanders, when the nomination was stolen from Bernie Sanders, you guys pushed Hillary Clinton. You guys pushed for her. You guys basically said, you shouldn't, we don't want Trump to win. You basically have to vote for Hillary Clinton. And granted, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. Again, she didn't do what she needed to do to win the states that she needed to win. PA, Florida, Michigan, etc. You know what I'm saying? So that's what frustrates me. You know, and now we're back here in 2019, where you have a progressive candidate in Bernie Sanders, and you have somebody who is claiming to be a progressive candidate in Elizabeth Warren. Does she have progressive views on some issues? Yes, she does. She has progressive views when it comes down to breaking up the big banks. She does have progressive views when it comes down to for homeowners. She really does. But when it comes down to eliminating student debt, when it comes down to Medicare for all, her stance is not progressive. She sat there during a rally and said it's the layout. It's not a freaking layout. It's legislation. He wrote it. So for you to say, which means you don't support it. You don't support what is in that legislation. For you to say it's a layout means you don't support it. Eliminating student debt. You don't want to eliminate all of student debt. No. Medicare for all. And what really bugs me is when people say, I don't want to take, I don't think I should be supporting the rich and Medicare for, Medicare for all. F the rich people, this, that, and the third. This is the thing that people don't understand. We're taking care of them anyway. The president, Senate, all these people, we're already paying for their medical bills. How do you think they get paid? How do you think they get their health insurance? We're paying them. So it doesn't matter. We're already paying their bills. People are don't think a little bit. Come on. We're already paying their bills. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. And people don't care about their health plan. They care about their doctors. They care about things like that. So for people to say, "Oh my God, we don't want to throw people off of their health coverage," you're not being you're going to keep your doctor. You're going to keep your doctor. So for people, and honestly, Bernie Sanders' plan goes even further because his plan, unlike Canada, covers vision and dental. Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. You have a very progressive candidate in Bernie Sanders, and you have one who's claiming to be progressive in Elizabeth Warren. Bernie Sanders, for the past 40 years, that's longer than I've been alive, has been fighting for the same thing. The same thing. Elizabeth Warren not too long ago lied and said she was fired from a job for being pregnant. Next thing you know, she left voluntarily. But she lied. She lied. And it's not the lie in itself. It's the lies that keep on going. It's lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. And again, I'm not saying that she doesn't have good policy, but let's be honest. What is her health plan? Because first she said she's for Medicare. First she said she's for Medicare for all, but then she's saying it's a layout. So what is your plan? You're riding on Bernie Sanders' coattail. That's what she's doing. That's because she's not going to fight for us. Let's be honest. We can sit here and think she is. She's not going to. She already said it. I'm going to reiterate, and I'm going to say this again for people who don't understand. She's going to take corporate money if she wins the primary. She's going to take large donations. She's going to take dark money if she wins the primary. And what does that mean? That means she's not going to be working for me, for you, for anybody. She's going to be working for the 1%. She can sit there and lie and act like she's not. You think the people who donated to her Senate race back in 2018, who's financing her president run, you don't think if she wins the presidency that she's not going to owe them? She's going to owe them big time. She's going to owe them. Let's not split hairs here. Bernie Sanders is nothing like Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren has taken dark money, has taken corporate PAC money. Let's be honest. There's so much that should be said that the media is not talking about. Interviewing her with her husband. That's the stupidest thing. That's the dumbest thing. Like, if you're gonna interview her with her husband, at least give her like tough questions to answer. Like, let's be honest. She's not going to beat Trump in a debate, and it's not because Trump is smarter than her. He's not smarter than anybody. But he knows how to frame things. This is what I think the Democratic Party isn't understanding. Framing your opinions, is framing your ideas is very important. You know, again, I think what Bernie Sanders needs to work on is using the word free. Because people think that it's free. And it's not until they ask him during a debate, well, you said, free healthcare. That's why he changed it to Medicare for all. Because when people say the word free, people are like, oh, I don't want to pay for anybody. I'm not doing that. Nope, I'm not doing that. But that's not what it is. What it is your taxes is going back to you. That's what it is. And if you're not making over 125,000, I think it's like 125 or 200,000, you're not going to be taxed anyway. You're not. You know, I don't understand why people don't want healthcare for all. I don't understand why people don't want to eliminate student debt. I don't understand why people don't want the Green New Deal. These are things that, for me, it's crazy. It is. And it's because people aren't actually looking at the legislation. That's what it is. They're not looking at it. All they hear is free. Free. And I'm like, it's not free. There's so many times I had to break it down to people because they keep saying it's free. And they pull numbers out of their asses because they say, oh, we're going to be taxed 50%. And I asked them, where did you get this number from? I never get an answer because they're pulling it out of their ass. That's what it is. They're actually not looking at his legislation. Which is crazy to me because even if you talk to people from Canada, they will tell you, I don't wait 5-6 months to get surgery. They will tell you that. Unless it's like plastic surgery. And usually people who want plastic surgery in Canada has money, so they come to the United States so they don't have to wait in line. That's not to say that it's a heart surgery or it's cancer, God forbid, whatever the case may be. It's plastic surgery. I want to get a boob job. I don't want to wait 3 months to get a boob job. I want my boob job now, so I'm going to go to the United States. I got the money anyway. That's what it is. There are people who pay for prescription drugs. We're paying like thousands of dollars. They're paying $20 out of pocket. $20 out of pocket. Insulin. Something that can save somebody's life. If you have Medicare for all, it wouldn't be thousands of dollars. It wouldn't cost lives. But you guys don't care about that. All you guys care about is, I don't want to pay extra in taxes, which if you're not making over, I think it's, again, 125,000. I have to look over the legislation again. But I think it's like 125,000. If you're not making over that, you don't even have to worry about that. That's what I don't understand. You know, I don't get it. I really don't understand. You know, again, I feel like Bernie Sanders needs to be able to separate himself from Elizabeth Warren. It was cute while it lasted. She was riding on his coattail. It's done. It's done. What else? I think Tulsi Gabbard needs to stay in the debate. She should not be in the debate. Okay? Now, when it comes to Trump, child, let me gather my clothes and cut myself. I think Trump. I said, let me grab my pearls and gather myself, just in case some people didn't understand that. Sorry. Let me clutch my pearls and gather myself. But I think Trump is dumb as hell. I'm so sorry. Trump is dumb. Giuliani is dumb. Who do you guys think the whistleblower is at this point? Because I'm betting it's like Kellyanne Conway. Like, I'm so serious. That woman is gone. We don't know where she at. And yes, this is my speculation. It's not true. I think it's Kellyanne Conway or Melania. Melania just wanted to marry a rich white man and get her coins and live happy. Melania was not thinking that man was going to win presidency. Let's be honest. She is like, wait, he won? How? Like, how did he win? And then she saw who he was running against, and she was like, oh, That's why he won, because he was running up against Hillary Clinton. You know, and another thing that really frustrates me about Donald Trump, and even the Democrats, is they keep saying he needs to be impeached because of his phone calls with was the president of Ukraine and his conversations with China, Australia, and him wanting to get dirt on Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, and now Elizabeth Warren is being said. But what people don't understand is what Donald Trump is going to say is, you guys didn't do anything when Hillary Clinton didn't show 32,000 emails. Now, why is that important? It's not because she's president. But when she had those documents, what was her position? She was Secretary of State. Okay? She deleted almost 32,000 emails. We don't know what was in those emails. So we can't say whether it was illegal, whether it wasn't illegal, whatever the case. We can't say any of those things. Why? Because she destroyed them. You don't destroy something that's not going to incriminate you. Like, we can talk all the shit we want about Donald Trump, but let's be honest. And again, I know she's not president, but it goes to the argument that he's going to use. That's what it goes towards. You guys sit there and you guys want to impeach me. You guys want to prosecute me. Yet, this lady who was Secretary of State at the time, Secretary of State, destroyed 31 to 32,000 emails. We don't know if they were classified or not. We can't say whether they were or whether they weren't. But let's be honest, how many people are going to destroy emails that isn't criminal? Like, we know there was something incriminating in those emails, and that is why she destroyed them. Who, what, where, why, how? We don't know. But that goes to the point. That's what people don't understand. And again, I'm not saying that he's right. Well, actually, I am saying that he's right when it comes down to the Hillary Clinton situation. Like, let's be honest. Like, she lied during... I don't even think she should have ran for president, to be honest. Once they found out that she was getting the questions from Donna Brazier, like, she should have been eliminated. That is how I felt. And I still feel like that. And again, people think that oh my God, just talking shit about Hillary Clinton. She's not president. Let's not talk about her. Like, it's not a big deal. Stop, get off of her shit, whatever the case may be. But it goes to the point. You need to be ready for those attacks, because those are the attacks that he's going to use. So me saying it as a progressive means he's going to be thinking it. Like I said, I'm an assertive progressive. I can sit here and say when a conservative is right. That's what that means. I can sit here and look at both points of views. Even if I don't agree with one, I can sit here and understand why people feel the way that they feel. And again, Hillary Clinton deleting those 31,000 emails and destroying them. Nope. That's an argument that they're going to use. The fact that she did have, I think it was like 3 or 4, classified emails that she did distribute back when she was Secretary of State, saying she thought it meant A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Girl, no, that's not true. Like, you're lying. You're lying. Because there was no A, there was no B, there was no D, E, or F. She's lying. She's lying. And again, that's why I felt like she shouldn't have ran for president either. Because she did do things that was suspect. She really did. And again, the same thing with Joe Biden. Joe Biden, his son, is sitting on the board of an oil company in the Ukraine. Well, he was in the Ukraine, making $50,000 a week, not knowing anything about it. That's suspect. Joe Biden cannot sit there and say, "Oh, I didn't know anything." He can't sit there and get mad when somebody asks him a question, like he did last week when the reporter was asking him about it, and he just kept talking about Trump. Dude, no. You need to be able to answer these questions, because people like me want to know the answer. These are the questions that's going to make me either vote for you or not vote for you. And that's why I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton back in 2016, amongst other things. But that is why I didn't vote for her. Once I found out, and people get mad at me all they want, this is a big reason. Once I found out that she destroyed 31,000 emails, I can't vote for her because I can't trust her. I can't. What were in those emails? Again, you're not going to burn something, delete something, whatever. That's not going to incriminate you. Of course, there was incriminating information in those emails, but to who? I don't know. It could have been Barack Obama. It could have been George Bush. It could have been who? It could have been Bill Clinton. We don't know. And that's my point. Again, should Donald Trump get impeached? Yes, he should get impeached. Yes, he should go to jail. Yes. But we have to be ready as progressives, and you guys as Democrats, because I ain't a Democrat. Well, I am now because I'm voting for Bernie Sanders. But after that, if he don't win the nomination, nope, sorry, I'm going right back to the Green Party. She is not going to be running. She's not going to be voting for a Democrat. Nope, sorry. But anyway, we don't know what was in those emails. Again, we can't sit here and talk shit about Donald Trump when Hillary Clinton did some fucked up shit too. Like, let's be honest. And again, I know she didn't run for president. I mean, she's not the president. She did run in 2016. She's not president. However, let's be honest. Like, let's not sit here and like act like she didn't do shit. She did fucked up shit. Let's be honest. You know? And these are things that we need to discuss because, again, my age range, 18 to 34, my people are not voting for Joe Biden. The majority of my people are voting for Bernie Sanders. And if Bernie Sanders does not win a nomination, you need our vote. You can't be like Hillary Clinton back in 2016, acting like you didn't need our vote. Then we didn't vote for you. Then it was our fault you lost the nomination. But you just said you didn't need our vote. You just said you didn't need our vote. But now, because we didn't vote for you,